Excel has two more interesting functions I want to talk about a bit, which are min and max, that return the lowest and the highest values in the set of data. These functions are simple to use. The function take up to 255 arguments, which can be cells, ranges, or values. So we have our data arguments. Let's use the min and max values. So first off, let's do the min. So let's name it min and max. So first off, let's do the settings, just to have a good view of how they would work. And let's begin with min. Let's use the data. Yeah, and the minimum in this order would be 1, and obviously same for the maximum. Doesn't matter where you start from. Yeah, would be 20. Okay, this is probably I'm trying to show you actually the most widely used functions that are known in statistical Excel. So we began with the average, median, and mode. We went through var s, var p, nd, av, ed, ev. I asked you to check out these other functions because they're a bit more complicated, so it would take too much time. So we have the min, the max. So let's go now to the large and small function. So the large and small function let you find out a value that is positioned at a certain point in the data. Large is used to find the value at a position that is often offset from the highest value. Small is used to find the value at a position that is offset from the lowest value. So how to actually use this data? So let's also use the help, just to have a bit more of experience in using the help of functions. So let's go with large first. Yeah, here it is. Let's use the help function just to show you how interactive the help in Excel actually is. We see the function arguments being written below. So you have the array. The array or range of data for which you want to determine the kth largest value, k required. Well, this indicates in each and every argument, always in Excel, either if you have to put in the argument or if it will actually work or not. So if it's required, you have to put in some numbers. Sometimes it's 0, 1, sometimes it's from 0 to 100 to 225, and sometimes it's 0 to, well, just imagine a table full of numbers. So the position from the largest, so we begin from the top, in the array of cells, range of data to return. Great. So remarks. So this tells us if there are any mathematical, let's say, traps for you. If array is empty, so if we put in the array, which is the amount, the data, and there is no data inside, so there will be this error probably. And if the k is below 0, so if it's -1, -2, etc., this error will also occur. Let's use this example to see the how it works. So the work below shows you this actual function. Let's zoom into it and just see that even though it might seem as if this is just a picture, but not. You can actually work with it. You can see the numbers. You can change them. So you will see a difference in the live result. So you can actually practice in the help of Excel with the functions. So let's go through with it. So we have this area. So it would be from here to here. So we're talking about numbers 3, 5, 3, 5, 4. Great. And over here we have the A2, B6. So it would be basically A2 to B6. So we're talking about this entire area for both of these. Great. And the only difference we actually have is the K number. So over here we have 3 and over here we have 7. And since these numbers aren't in numerical order, let's just count them down. We have number 3, so from the top we go 7, 6, 5. Yeah, that's the third largest number, so we put in 5. And here we have the 7th one, so let's go. We have 7, 6, 5, 5, that's 4. And go over to 4, 4, that's 6, and 4, it's 7. So the 7th largest number is actually 4. It would be over here. Great, that was pretty easy. Let's do the same with the small value. But first, let's do the largest array for our data. Let's use this one, and let's say 3. Press OK. And obviously it will be 18 since I have the numerical order, so I can just tell you that we go 1, 2, 3, and here we are. That's the number, and that's correct. Let's move this function. Oh, there's an error. Oh, of course, because it's tried to capture the B1 to B24. Let's change the area over here to A24. Awesome. And right now, let's put in the large. Great, and that would be pretty much it if we also used the home and the clipboard. Yeah, great. See? Okay, and let's go over the small one right now. So first off, we go to the formulas. Let's go insert function, and this time we search for small. Great, here it is. So returns the k smallest value in the data. Set, for example, the 5th smallest number, okay? So exactly the opposite. Let's just zoom into it, so you can actually see anything. Okay, awesome. Now, the small function syntax has the following arguments: array and k. So the position, but this time the k required is from the smallest. So we go from 0 to the top, or even from the minus numbers. So let's zoom in with the example. So we have the range again from A2 to A10 actually this time. So we're using this area. And here we have the B2 to B10. Awesome. So this would be in this area. Okay, so we have in the example we have number 4, so it would be the 4th smallest number from the bottom. So let's go 2, that's first, 3, that's second, 3, that's third, and 4, or this 4, that's 4th. Okay, the result is 4. Great. Now we have the 2nd smallest number in this column. So we go from 1, that's first, and 3, that's second. So basically it's that easy, really. Okay, so let's use the small function in our example. Use the small. Great. Let's ask Excel to arrange this area. Let's say the 5th number. Great. And that would be number 5. And you can check this really easily since, as I said, my numbers are well arranged. So 1, 2, 3, 4, number 5. Great. So that's it for the large and small. As I told you, it's really pretty easy. No really problems there. So let's go for the count function. So the count function return a count. Well, really, what else could it be? So, count is straightforward. It counts how many items are in a range of values. There's a catch though. Only numeric values and dates are counted. Text values are not counted, nor are the blank cells. So we have also the function count A, and it works the same as count, but it counts all cells that are not empty. So it would include the text cells. So just to show you what we mean, let's input a data. Let's tell Excel this is actually a date. Counting short date. Great. So now Excel sees this cell as a date. And let's maybe insert a name. Great. Let's just widen a bit the borders. And now we will use the equals count function. So we input the entire area and the count A function. So you see the difference. In this one, we told Excel that this is a date and this is a name. So Excel did not count them in this function. And in this one, we have the name and the date, but still Excel sees them as non-empty. So basically, it basically used them over here. Okay, so this is count, and this is count A. Bear with me because all of these functions you'll have to go through. So for now, well, you get the gist. You have the large, small, count, and count A functions. So try to make your own functions and input them right next to what we have here. As always, I will mark them as yellow. So please input the answers over here. And please use at least 2 extra. You can input as many as you want just to test it, how it works. Or actually go to the help function and see for yourself in the help of Excel. So if you ever used actual programming or have actually programmed anything like in C or C++, this will be really easy for you. If not, a short explanation. We will be using a count-if function. So in programming, the if is actually a question mark, let's say, for the program. What will happen if you do something? Basically, that's this. So we will do the count. So count if something equals something. Yeah. So basically, let's input this function. This is really useful. So imagine a situation in which your boss asks you to count, I don't know, from a group of 10,000 numbers, actual positions in which there is the 2012 year. So you would have to count from, let's say, at least 10 years of data, and you have only 1 or 2 years, and this data is not sorted or anything. So this function is really useful. I used it many times, and bear with me, but because this could make your life really easy. So count if. So it takes only two arguments, range and criteria. So let's begin with the range, obviously. You begin with this area, and we'll ask Excel to actually count the number of the numbers 9, because we have a lot of them. And the answer is 3, obviously. Well, let's get this out and put it here. Count if. Very simple. It looks scary, but believe me, Excel is actually not so hard when you get to know it a bit. So, the countif function, as I said, is one of the most useful functions I've ever used. But there are a few ways in which you can use the criteria. So there, as you know, in math you have a few functions like larger than, smaller than, larger or equals, or even like that. So basically you can input these mathematical these mathematical marks as the k in here. So let's say you want the numbers larger than 9. So why is there an error right now? This is really easy because we actually did not use the synonym. What I mean? Well, basically, you have to input a double mark to use this. And now it should be fine. So if you want to input the symbols, you have to begin and end with this mark. So basically, you're not using this mark, but you're using actually something like this. The number or anything. So you always have to use this mark to mark it. So basically, if you input only just as I did beforehand, the number 9, what happens is, let me turn it, number 9. What happens is this returns the count of the items that are shown with this number. Note that this is unique in that criteria. Do not need to be in double quotes. This is because the creation is a simple equality. So this is very simple, but just to show you how you can do it differently, you can actually use the double marks again, but this time by using the equal mark, and this will do exactly the same. This is just showing you that these marks actually work almost as the same, but the little difference is that in this situation this is the obsolete number, and in the other situation you would be using the well, if it wasn't a really simple equality, if it was larger, smaller, or anything like that, then it would be a bit different. So you can use, as I said, all of these marks. So please do so. I'll let you. Let's say I want you to use at least 4 of these marks over here. I'll pinpoint them. Yeah. So use at least 4 of these marks in each and every of these fields. Yeah, and input them and have the numbers from this table or your own table to have different results. Great. There's also one more function that is a bit more advanced, but probably some of you will end up using it anyway. So this is the count if s function, and this actually has a bit more of criteria. So you have you have basically this function actually allows using multiple ranges and criteria to return a count. Countif is quite similar to SUMIF. So basically, if you look up the countif function, if s and the function SUMIF_s, you will note that the if marker is always the criteria marker in the function, and the s usually marks the multiple function variation. So if you want to know a bit more about these two functions, let's go up to the help of functions for our insert function, sum ifs. Great. Help on this function, and you see the criteria being sum of range, criteria of this range, and criteria 1. So we have 3 different things regarding the first area. So what we can do, let's go to the example, zoom into it. So we have the quality sold of each product and a salesperson. We have the sum ifs function on the area from A2 to A9, so this area. The second area marked would be B2 to B9, and the used function is the A star, which is the wildcard indicator. Wildcard indicators are symbols telling Excel that anything that stands behind A is fine. It will accept anything. So basically it just has to begin with A and anything behind it. So it will count anything that starts with A. Yeah, and then you have the second criteria area, which is C2 to C9. And we begin with the criteria is number 1. So it will count the number of products. So it would be this one. It counts the number of products that begin with the letter A from salesperson 1. As I said, this is a bit complicated, so don't worry if you don't have the well, if you don't fully understand this. This is a bit more advanced, but I assume that it is very useful, since the if factors in functions are widely used in Excel later on. Okay, great. So that was the sum ifs function, and the count ifs function works almost the same way, but well, there's a small difference. So if you want to know a bit more about the count ifs, then to check it out. As I said, I'm not telling you to do these, but if you feel on your feet, then well, try it. It will widen your knowledge. So 2 more indicators I didn't use. This one was basically the not equal to, but we also, as I said, we have the wildcard indicator and another wildcard indicator. You can use these 2. This one means that if you have, like it was A and this sign, this means that anything that stands behind the letter A is fine. It doesn't matter how long it is, it will count anything that is behind it. And if you use this type of indicator, this means that it will only count, it will only see A and the first, which is the one place behind it. So you could actually use a few of these to mark enough spaces behind the letter A. So I marked 5 spaces, which are the question marks. We don't know what they are, but it could be anything, absolutely anything. Actually, in some search engines in the web or in other applications, you actually can use the wildcard indicator to search for any type of things you might know of. So I don't know, you don't know the entire word, so let's say you want to search for the banana. Yeah, but you simply forgot what was behind the letter A. So you can do it either this way if you do not know the number of letters behind it, or you can use the question marks to find the answer. So this is how the wildcard indicator actually works. Okay, great. And that would be all for this lesson. I'm very happy you stayed with me until lesson 6. Hopefully we will see each other in lesson 7, and for now just let's save the file as lesson 6, save it, and let's replace it. Great, that's all, thank you very much, and goodbye.